So I'm here with Karen Hammond, and Karen's going to talk about her experience of using critical creativity. So Karen, do you want to tell us a bit about who you are and what you do?
My name's Karen Hammond. Um, my title is Clinical Facilitator for the Productive Programme. I was reminded some time ago that I am a practice developer in introducing a productive programme. I've utilised my skills with practice development methodologies to implement, engage, and emancipate leadership within the organisation in implementing this very abstract programme of
Right.
sets of tools.
Fantastic. So within that context, do you want to tell us a bit about your experience of combining critical and creative processes in your work?
Um, There was a process of transformation for me on my own personal journey. I attended a practice development summer school and was very aware of organic facilitation, about feeling the process of facilitation. And I was reminded about Andy Titchen's work around intention and the fact that I'm controlling. It made me really reflect on how I facilitate and using and the organicness of that. Once I actually left the summer school, I felt that I wanted to replicate some of that, the good feeling. And also this week I've been minded by Richard Winter about his 7 stages of enlightenment, the section around joy and enthusiasm, that good feel-good factor. I heard Brendan talking about transactional spaces. That done it for me. It was about creating a space where we could actually explore learning together, whatever that meant. And within that, one of the things that I also discovered through transformational learning was I actually like creativity. I'm very comfortable with drawing and artwork. I will go there. And in going there, I've grown in confidence with taking people on that journey with me. What we did back in the organisation, which is an NHS bureaucratic system, was create a space, a creative space once a month where we invite anybody and everybody into that space. But we used Kim Manley's values-based clarification exercise, but we did it in a creative way. We used angel cards and drawings and narrative for people to explore what that space might mean to them. There was a group of 8 of us that put that together. One of the powerful things that came out of that was the director of nursing said, "This is the first time in 3 months I felt humanity." So I knew I was onto something. It's gone on and grown. We have some structure around that, around clarifying and having collaboration and inclusion in the group about how we might best use that time and space. And there has been a growing confidence with using creative tools
Right.
around videoing, a lot of artwork, a lot of using cards and words and descriptions. That feeds back into my journey around the organicness of facilitation, because my intention when I facilitate a group is that I want people to have that joyous experience. My observation is it is very meaningful for them because they have a personal experience. And we videoed a creative session. A manager came to the door and said, "I don't know if I'm in the right place, but I need some support." We welcomed him, supported him. He entered into the creative space. We actually turned the creative space into an action learning set. He explored with us through that methodology, and at the end his statement was, "This is phenomenal, this is the right place, and I'm coming again."
Fantastic. Wow. So, I mean, there's so much in that about the connection between the creative and the cognitive. But when you think about critical creativity at a term and thinking about that amazing experience, what kind of things does it raise for you in your head? And how do you manage that kind of dance between being critical and being creative?
I think my personal journey is I'm very mindful that I'm comfortable with creativity. Not everybody in the room may want to engage in that process, and critically evaluating people around the room. And by providing an environment that offers high support and high challenge, it enables people to observe the process or join in, which I think is really important, because just because I'm comfortable with practice development methodologies and creativity, it doesn't mean to say that everybody in the room might be.
Yeah.
My observation is that it's like a snowball going down a hill. It gains momentum if you can dare to invite creativity, if you can dare to push those boundaries, then there is an excitement that almost a frenzy of keenness. And I think some of the work within the creative spaces, the journey that we're doing, will be reviewing critically and learning from what happened in that moment.
Okay.
And we are thinking that we need to do some writing around that. And on reflection, I think there probably is some actual research that we could do in observing and reflecting over the reactions in the group.
Yes.
There's certainly modelling that goes on in the group, and as a facilitator, people model who's
Yes.
there. And Kim Manley's joined the group, and I model her.
Right.
And it's really important to, it's ongoing,
Yeah.
it's cyclical. So it's about learning in the space.
Yes.
And learning in the creativity.
Okay. Okay. So if you were to sum up my final question before the noise in the bar gets too high, what has been the key learning for you, and what message would you give to other people, kind of, who we would want to encourage to maybe embrace a more critical, creative approach to their work?
I think the big message is have a go, just try it, and be confident as a facilitator or be confident as a member that it's okay. And equally it's okay for people to opt out as well as opt in, because sometimes we're not all in the same place.
Yeah.
On the journey, with being really, really supportive, it's okay if people don't want to draw or feel they can't draw, but have a go, try it. I think it is really important to maintain the integrity of around creativity, and actually that you are opening up things for, you need to provide further support. Some people may enter into a space in ignorance, not really knowing where they're going, and it's about looking after them in the longer term and closing down. And with sessions, it's about making them safe to go back into that bureaucratic system.
Yeah.
It's about having a go and trying it, but realise what you are actually opening up.
Okay.
And supporting people where they need to.
Fantastic. Karen, that's been fantastic, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And
Really enjoyed it.
have a drink now.
Thank you.